All right, so I think my mic is working now. So Japan took their turn. 3 infantry, 4 artilleries, 2 tanks was their buy. The big thing is he took out my carriers, and this actually plays a little. It was a smart move. I mean, well, okay, I don't think it was a smart move. It ended up being a smart move. You know, the last time he attacked me, I had fighters before carrier, so that's what I would thought he would think I would have for a decent profile. So 3 fighters and 2 carriers, taking 2 bombers after it. I wouldn't have even taken the battle. As it is, I'd forgot that I'd left it on carrier. I should have switched it back to fighter before carrier. I forgot. I had it carrier before fighter for the big battle I was prepared for down here, and forgot to switch it back last turn. So he kills the 2 carriers, and those fighters land on Iceland. One, that means they now can't make it down to Caucasus next turn. 2, which actually turns out not to be too big a deal, but still frustrating. But 2 means he can pull this sub up to here, which means I can't send this destroyer as much as I want to send a destroyer and a fighter to clear that. If I don't send the destroyer up to here and I just have cruiser, battleship, sub, carrier, 2 fighters, he sends his 2 subs and 4 bombers, and it's a toss-up. It's a 50-50 toss-up with 6 transports sitting up there. So I've got to send my destroyer. I got to keep it, you know what, while we're talking about it, fighters last. I do not want to... Do I have another sub out there I need to worry about? I forget. I don't have another sub out there I need to worry about. Yeah, so we can take submerge off, because we don't want him to... We don't want him to submerge. I do want to set him to submerge, because I do have that sub sitting out there for them. This one we want to send to fighter before carrier. So yeah, I can't go down here to take him, so this sub's going to threaten here, so I can't build more transports this turn without proper footing. So these transports are going to come on up to here. He can't reach that with his subs. He can't reach that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take Norway. So he can't, you know, hit anything there. So they'll be safe here, and that'll give me the opportunity to bring them all the way into here if I want to, or into 6, or most likely into 3 or France next turn. But annoying. Over here, he does have his 1 transport here, which I don't want to neglect the USA. I'd need to build 2 infantry to be safe, or if you notice, his nearest navy's way back here, so I'm going to drop a sub. So 1, the transport can't attack because he can't go where a sub's sitting without a warship accompanying him. And 2, if he decides to go for Alaska most likely, or Pearl, he's going to have to pay the price of losing the transport. And then next turn I can come up and create some harassment, or make him spend money on building a destroyer, or bringing this destroyer back, or you know, something along those lines, or bringing this destroyer back, I guess. So I'm going to build a sub. I'm also going to go ahead and build a tank just in case he takes his 1 guy here, so I can run him over. And then we're going to build 6 guys for these 3 boats going here to come back to pick up next time. Now originally my plan was going to be 2 transports here and then drop infantry tank into Finland, but I realized his planes aren't going to have much to do other than attack Sea Zone 3, which he probably will. But if he was smart, if I did that, I would have an infantry and 2 tanks, and I was going to use my bomber to hit here, sitting there, and you know, these 5 planes hitting that is actually a very profitable battle for him if he went for that. So just to be safe, because it is important we take it, we're just going to hit with everything. it's worth going after him. I think that's our only attack this time. Now we are going to be able to, the other interesting thing here is, so he's got 6 ground, 3 planes, and 2 battleships. But I've got 10 plus 2 anti-airs and 2 more infantry that's going to go there before he gets a turn. So we're going to move on up here and stack in here and make him have to work for the getting the rest of this. And we're going to do something a little bit particular there in a minute. But for now, let's get this attack out. Now it's critical we take this, or else that, again, that one fighter would tip the battle, or the sea battle, to where it's actually in his favor. Oh my god. Whew. I was waiting until it was over. I was going to say, it's a 99% chance I'd take it, but then all of a sudden it was looking awfully scary there. Of course, now that leaves him a positive target there that he could hit. But whatever. So you notice I'm leaving 1 infantry back, and the reason being only 1 of his transports can make it to South Africa right now. So the best he can put is 2 units there. I have an infantry, a tank, and a bomber that I could come back and hit them with if he does that. So, whereas if I just leave the UK guys, I'd need to get some fighters down here next turn as well in order to threaten it. But I'm not sure I want to commit my fighters down there. I want to have my fighters most likely in here. No, I forgot about it, buy more. I had extra money to spend. I thought about buying some destroyers here, but you know, we're turning the corner here, and we've got these fighters. We can rebuild a carrier. I don't want to spend more money if we don't have to, and I don't think we need to. Although I think a destroyer or destroyer carrier might be my build in UK, though. We'll see. Alright, Russia, we're going for max builds right now. I'm hoping to get 4 more IPC on this turn. That'll give me a 30, so that'll be solid. So we can spend on that artillery. So 6 infantry, 2 tanks here makes me okay with his air, tank, and ground. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'll move another guy over if I need to. Now, you'll notice outside of this transport, he's got nothing up here. He's focusing all his development, even his builds, he played here. So he's focusing on the 9 units coming through here, and that's what he's focusing on, everything going. And so he's going to continue to do that, which means he's weak up here. So we're going to do that. I'm going to be I'm going to leave the ability to bring this tank back or over here depending on what goes on. If I have to move another unit here, I might want to bring my tank over. I can't hit here because I need my fighters. I want my fighters to land down here. So we'll just use them just to make sure there's no stupid dice happen. No stupid dice there. He did get the hit, of course. So let's see, we're going to be building 4. 4 will give me 8, 9, 10, 11, 7 fighters. I think we're going to bring 1 tank back just to make him less tempted. Now the question is do I want to move him here, make him trade, or do I want to just move him back? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I feel like he's a waste going here. Now he could blitz his tanks to Moscow, but we're going to be putting 8 guys there, and he could do 3 tanks, 3 fighters, but we should be okay there. Such a silly decision. Do you let him blitz in and out of there for free, or is he gonna move there? I just ran it. It does give him a 35% chance to blitz and take Moscow. I'd be able to take it back, but I think we're just going to do that to be overly cautious. Now I do want to bring one of those guys back. There we go. I know it's going to let Germany, like I said, we're taking the pressure off of Germany, unfortunately, but we should be able to trade those 2 back, and he shouldn't be able to get to Karelia at least, so take what we can. Do very well. 13, 14, 17 units going there. We're going to have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20. His 17. Yeah, he probably can stack Kaza if he wants. That could be trouble. Especially if he hits here and actually takes out those tanks. Alright, well, anyways, we'll see what he does.